The Millennium project most favoured by the villagers of Welford-on-Avon was that improvements in the form of landscaping should be made to the entrance to the village between the Evesham Road and the Binton Bridges. An action team was formed in 1997 and a plan drawn up. The areas on either side of the road leading to Welford were once used as a turning basin for barges offloading coal at a small wharf. The former dismantled railway embankment, photographed here in 1967, had largely been given over to woodland. These photographs, taken by landscape architects during a feasibility study, show the area to the southwest of the road. Bordering the site, seen from across the river, were willows badly in need of pollarding. This was dealt with by the Environment Agency without charge. The provision of a path on the east side and a lay-by on the west was carried out by the Roads Department of Warwickshire County Council. An old osier bed, old trees, undergrowth and rubbish were cleared by the landowners, John Spencer and Alan Reeder, who gave free labour and use of equipment. Volunteers from the village assisted in the work. Where necessary, pipes were laid underground and gullies cleared in order to improve the flow of water from the into the site. Later on, plants were provided and put in around the pool by the British Trust for Conservation volunteers. Advice on suitable trees was given by Middlemarch, who were contracted to supply and plant them. On the levelled and seeded area, 26 new osier willows were planted. Beyond the pool, wildflower seeds were sown to create a meadow. A number of nesting boxes have been placed in trees. Across the adjoining field, one box is suitable for sparrowhawks. This otter halt was built by the Severn Trust Water, Otter and Rivers project. In the grassed verges, wooden bollards have been installed to prevent the parking of cars, and fences and gates have been replaced. A stile on the opposite side leads to a dipping platform and pool for use by the local school. Children were also involved in the project. In 1999, they planted daffodil bulbs on the banks on either side of the road.
The group that are going to be working over there are going to be working without me, so you need to be absolutely...
They were helped by members of the Millennium team.
Yeah, this is worse in the garden at home. This is where they are. Right. That must be there. Can I stop that? The following winter gave way to the spring of the Millennium year, and the daffodils were in full bloom. This cairn was built of Binton stone to commemorate the project. An interpretation board was designed and installed alongside the site. In April, in very changeable weather, the site was officially opened. Joy Frey, chairman of the parish council, was thanked by Barry Russell for her initiative in getting the project started in 1997. Barry then gave the background to the whole project.
Once the project was decided on, the successful startup of it rested with two people. One of them is Alan Reeder, whose land we're standing on at the moment, and the other is John Spencer, whose land is across the way, and we can't unfortunately get onto it at the moment because of the foot and mouth breakout. The final thing is that we've always relied very largely on volunteers to get the work done, and that is going to carry on for the years ahead. So if you want a job for life, you can volunteer to help us on the site over the next 10, 20, 30 years. Thank you very much indeed. Now I'd like to call on Joy to do the official ceremony.
In my hand, you'll be glad to know it's not, I'm going to keep you here 2 hours and go through all this. These are actually the voting slips which gave rise to this being the selected project. And it is interesting to see how many of the people that have been with the project from the start were people who actually ticked the little box, yes, I would like to help with the Millennium project. So I'd like to thank Barry and Derek, Robbie, Doreen, all the people who actually have stuck with it from the start and overcome lots of hurdles and setbacks. And they were all volunteers, everyone who's been involved. The manual work, the fundraising in the village that we've already heard about. It's really been a huge effort. And I'd also like to thank Councillor Slaughter, wherever he is, for cajoling the Highway Authority into actually putting in a footway, which made such a difference to the area, and Councillor Barnes for getting grants and things through from the District Council to help with everything. So there's just one other thing to mention. It is a historic day in another way because it is, I think, 108 years ago since the Binton Bridge toll gate was removed. So that's something else that is very special about this area and something that we can remember today. So just in conclusion, again, thank you all very, very much, everyone who's helped. I wish the venture great success in the future. There will be an ongoing maintenance need, and I just hope it carries on progressing as it has now, and as everything grows and flourishes, we should enjoy it even more when we go in and out of the village. So, without any further ado, if you can imagine a pair of scissors and a tape, I have great pleasure in declaring the Millennium Project open.
Now in the year of Her Majesty's Golden Jubilee, the osiers have made good growth. Welford and Binton Parish Councils jointly provided this seat. Across in the meadow, spring flowers flourish.
The total cost of the project was about £23,000. Ongoing maintenance of the site will be costly, so volunteer working parties will always be welcome. Young offenders doing community service have also worked on the site. It's now summer. Welford can justly be proud of its Millennium project, particularly as it was the overall winner in the Warwickshire Village Ventures competition for 2001.